I'll do that. I'll do it.
Oh, can you take it off?
Oh, the mute?
No, it's like a little screen that pops up every time.
Oh, no. I thought the mute, though. I'll do that.
There we go.
If it even lets me record, it might not. So come back into the breath. And see if you can feel it into the back of the neck and the back of the heart. The amazing ability of the nostrils to even filter the air. Exhale down into your hips, and then take 4 more breaths where you're setting an intention either for your mind or your body. Pretty simple intentions would be to bring something in, or as you exhale, to let something go. And almost like your inhale can wrap around this thing you don't want, and then exhale and shoot it out. So that might be a ha or a bah sometimes. And last breath, set an intention. Maybe just to feel more, to breathe more, to be here now more. And then you can take the soles of your feet. You can stay in crisscross applesauce or come into Baddha Konasana, the soles of the feet together. And before we do the breathing, we'll unlock the hips. So lean onto your left side, grab a hold of your right thigh, and go a little right and a little left. And as you move closer to the knee or closer to the hip, you might feel some different little guitar strings. Yikes. There's 2 up there, by the way. And then set the right hip down. Take your left hand to the left of the left hip. And then inhale and lengthen the ribs to the left. I'm going to move my camera, and then exhale, right hand drags the right thigh out and then down. And you can rotate your right shoulder. Yeah, rotate it a little towards the screen. Like this, Sarah. Yeah. And then big inhale, lengthen the ribs to the left. That looks great. And then exhale, root down through that right hip. And a little sigh. You can take your right hand, Sarah, a little closer to the hip. And then inhale and lengthen to the left. So never push past your edges. Go ahead and come up. And then lean onto the right. So you're kind of finding that edge. So don't, violate yourself. So hands move a little right and left. So Helen, I think sometimes you twist more than your body wants to, or twist because you think you're supposed to. Maybe even go halfway. So a little closer to the knee versus a little closer to the hip. Yikes. And then set that left hip down, right hand to the right of your right hip. And then inhale and lengthen the ribs to the right. As you exhale, drag the left thigh out. And then you can rotate. So it's kind of like a twisting horse. We'll do that later. So the left shoulder can move towards the center. And then just take a couple breaths, seeing if your breath can make more space in that left hip. Mine is super tight today. All that sitting in this nice cool house. And you can move your hand closer to the hip. And this is one I generally say don't put pressure on the knee, but there's a spot right before the knee that feels really good to me. It's not on the kneecap, it's like that attachment as it attaches on the knee part rather than the hip part. And then take another inhale, lifting your ribs up and over to the right. Yeah, that looks good. And then exhale, little midi Uddiyana. So you're just pulling the belly back and up away from left hip. And then bring your torso back just for a little release. Use your hands, take the legs together, stretch them out. Windshield wiper, and then we'll come back into that for a long round. So soles of the feet together. A long round of Kapalabhati. Hands back behind the hips, so this becomes a chest opener even. And then exhale all the air out. Inhale halfway. And then sharply exhale through your nose as you pull the belly back. Inhales happen natural, so trying to stay still with the ribs, just low belly back. Keep going. Close your eyes. Stop, baby. And then you'll take an inhale and just fold it, or inhale and just hold, not fold. And then exhale, take your hands forward and reach your ribs forward. Exhale, press the soles of your feet together. Bring the belly back and then up. Release your belly, then your breath. Bring the torso back up and come into cross-legged if you're not, with your right foot on top. So you can do a half lotus. In half lotus, you're more on the top of the foot. It's another nice place to use your hand on the right thigh and kind of drag it forward and down. This is my nicer side, prettier side. And then take your hands and cross your body. So we're going to find our best twist here. So inhale and hold your breath. And then rotate to the right. And then exhale, pull your belly back. So here is your twist. That's as deep as you go. Take your hands down. You can bring them to that usual left hand on the right thigh. You'll twist anything more than that today, we're going to say is over twisting. So inhale, close your eyes again. Balloon up the side of the ribs, upper back, back of the neck. Pull your belly in. Inhale. Again, fill up with breath, back of the neck, back of the heart. And exhale, pull your belly in. Bring your torso back to center and stretch your left leg out. Do a little neck release. And look at your left foot and flex the foot. Reach through the heel and spread your toes. And take your left hand on the inside of the left leg. And then think of rotating the left ribs underneath the right. Always, you can use your hands either pressing down through the right hip or, even opening up your chest. Even right palm on the sacrum. How does that help to open up through the shoulder? I want you guys to be able to come to your mat and find things to do, whether I'm here or not. Find ways to open up your body, open up your breath. Don't worry, I'll be here. Inhale, right arm up. Do a little side bend. Stay long in the bottom ribs. So versus something like this. Wrapping that right shoulder. So instead of reaching up, shoulder down, hollowing out the armpit. With your neck, you can always look down or left ear, left shoulder, wherever you're getting a nice stretch through right side of the neck, right side of the body, ribs, all the way down into the right hip. Inhale, right arm goes straight up over the shoulder, and then start to lower it to the right, palm facing down. Adjust your hand, Helen, a little bit back or down. Palm, yeah, find a nice spot. So again, you can open up through the chest. Pull through the fingertips. So you can take your fingertips back an inch, down an inch, so closer to the floor. Move your chin in towards left collarbone. Inhale, right arm up again to fold over the left leg. And right hand can be on your right hip again. And giving it some love or reaching down with the right hand, right hip is lengthening as you are lengthening right side of the ribs to the left side of the leg. Another Uddiyana. Pulling belly in and up. Releasing belly, then the breath. Bring your torso back. Bring your legs back in a Baddha Konasana. Just to check out your flexibility. There's a little bit of a angle, but maybe you can see that my left is higher than my right, even with that little tilt. So just kind of notice that. And one thing that you actually can do to help open this up, if I was here, is you take your hands this way and you press, and then this way and you press. So you're using the opposite. It's kind of hard on your own legs. So come into cross-legged again, left foot on top of the right. Take your hands and cross your body. Close your eyes. Inhale. Hold the breath, and then just rotate to the left, and then exhale all your air out. Keep your hands there or take them to the usual spot, left hand behind left hip. What can you feel here with your eyes closed? Exhale, pull the belly back towards the spine. Another inhale, thinking of left side of the ribs. Bring your torso back, stretch your right leg out. Point and flex that right foot. You can kind of sickle the foot, unsickle the foot, press through the balls of the toes, maybe ball of the big toe. And then walk your right hand down on the inside, right ear, right shoulder. Left hand can help to keep the left hip down and then lengthen the ribs to the right. Now take your left arm up. wrapping that shoulder will also open up the left side of the neck, those muscles, versus scrunched up, giving them more room to relax. So you're engaging these muscles, not your neck muscles. Nice, Sarah. Right shoulder down. You can always bring your chin more towards the collarbone if you're looking down. And then where does your breath feel a little restricted? Close your eyes and see how you can bring some ease there. And taking 2 breaths, 3 breaths. And inhale the left arm straight up and then lowering it towards the floor. You can move the shoulder back and reach the fingertips down. Even thinking of the left shoulder blade back and down. And then use your right hand to lengthen the ribs again down right leg. That looks really good. Exhale, pull through left fingertips. Inhale the left arm up. Exhale, fold over the right leg. Thinking of the left ribs reaching to the right side of the leg. And Uddiyana again, exhaling to empty, pulling the belly in and up. And then releasing the belly, then the breath. Torso back up, we'll come into a straddle, kind of a gentle straddle. Hopefully the other cat comes and visits because it's a Scottish fold. It looks, and it's an old man. Okay, walk your hands through the center and reach your ribs forward. Anybody's curious, I'll send you photos from our photo shoot. Imagine you were in a corner and you could press both feet into a wall. Bring your torso up, wrist stretches, right hand comes out in front of you, left hand grabs a hold of the pinky. Your thumb can press on the back of the knuckle, spread out through the palm. Go ahead and go for your ring finger. Middle finger, important finger. Hike your right shoulder up, drag it down. Spread through the palm. Index finger. So here again, the thumb can press gently into the back or top of the knuckle. Backs of the hands together for the thumb. Switch sides. You can take a moment just to feel warmth in one. Left hand out. Right hand grabs the pinky. Thumb side down. That kind of helps with the shoulder too. Reach through the feet. Grab a hold of the ring finger. Enjoy these next 4 breaths or so before abs. Which usually is a turning point for me, either kind of shifts my mood or it's when I start to sweat or sort of enjoy the heat of exercise. Which I'm not a I love exercise kind of person. I love swimming, I love yoga. I love walking in new places. Then Finish up with your thumb. Take your hands, roll up the wrists. You can use your hands to gather up your legs, bring them together. And we're gonna do some abs. So lay down on your back. And I don't have a block today, so we'll just do, you guys, I'll cue you if you need one for bridge or what have you. Feel your low back, feel your sacrum. Squeeze your knees, letting the knees part. Squeezing the knees in towards the chest. And then set your feet down, take your hands on tops of the thighs. More of that traction, thighs in the direction of the knees. Inhale, long back of the neck. As you exhale, gently press your thighs away from you and then curl your pubic bone to the navel as you do that. And inhale, release the curl of the pubic bone, and this time just feel a release on your low back. So inhale first. Exhale. Hands into the tops of the thighs. And then take your hands to your belly. Gonna do a little kitty pause in honor of all these kitties. And just kind of move around your abs, your guts. You can move in the direction of right hip up to right ribs, to the left side of the ribs, and then down, and then scooch to the middle of the pubic bone. You can take your hands, we're just gonna feel our abs first. So can you contract your abs? How do you need to do that without lifting your head? Press the low back down, pull the belly down, ribs down. Push your abs into your fingers. And you can take your hands and clasp them behind the head and the neck. Elbows point towards the sky. And press your low back down. And then inhale, hold your breath. Anchor the left foot down and then reach the right heel up. Last third of the exhale, lift head and shoulders. Reach your right thigh up and pull the belly down. Lower your head, lower the foot, inhale. Hold the breath, press the right foot down, exhale, left leg up. Last third of the exhale, head and shoulders lift. Look towards your belly, pull it down. And then bend the left leg, set it down, set your head down, inhale. Hold the breath. Press the left foot down, right leg up, right heel up. So you feel that stretch in the back of the legs, maybe the hamstrings, head and shoulders lift, heel up, belly down. And then set the right foot down, set the head down, inhale. Hold the breath, press the low back down, right foot down, reach your left heel up. Last third of the exhale, head and shoulders lift, pull your belly down. And then set the head down, set the foot down, inhale. Hold the breath, press the low back down, exhale, right heel comes up. Head and shoulders lift, stay up, inhale again. And then move your right foot a little towards center and lift head and shoulders higher. Pull the belly down. Try and keep the lift in your grip and your abs, not your neck. So let your head go. And then set the right foot down, inhale. Hold the breath, anchor right foot down, press low back down, and then exhale, left leg up, left heel up, reach through the heel, press the heel up, lift the head and shoulders. Inhale again. And then move the left foot towards center line. You can cross center line. Head and shoulders lift higher, let your head go into your hands. And then set the left foot down, just take a little break. Now you can stay with the feet down or lift both feet up off the mat. And then press your feet a little forward. So we're going to do a very similar thing with the legs straight up. Now inhale and hold your breath. Press the low back down. Then exhale, right leg up, head and shoulders lift now towards the left knee. Pull the belly down. Bend the right knee, inhale back to center. Hold the breath. Press the low back down, exhale. Left leg up, elbows towards the right thigh. And then pull the belly muscles down. Bend the left knee, keep head and shoulders up. Hold the breath. Pressing the sacrum down. Exhale, elbows towards the top of the left knee. Pull the belly down. Bend your right knee, inhale. Hold the breath. Press the low back down. Exhale, left leg up. Elbows reach towards right knee. Pull the belly muscles down. One more each side. Bend the left knee, inhale. Hold the breath. Press the low back down. Exhale, right leg up. Elbows lift higher than the left knee. Pull the belly down and pigeon toe that right leg. And then bend the knee. Inhale back to center. Hold the breath. Press the low back down. Exhale, left leg up. Elbows reach above the right knee. Right shoulder blade lifts. Spiral left inner thigh forward, pigeon toeing. Pull the belly down. And then lower down, head, feet, or squeeze your knees in towards the chest. So we're going to do frog. And if you had a wall, you could put your feet on a wall and straddle using the wall. And you can also keep your head down for this one. So we're going to do frog and then some kung fu frog where you're going to straighten one of the legs. And it's nice with a wall because you can imagine then dragging your heels in the direction of your toes. Clasp your hands behind the head and the neck. And then inhale, lift head and shoulders up. Hold the breath. Curl the pubic bone to navel. And then exhale, pull the belly down. And then inhale, straighten your left leg. Right foot stays on the wall if you've got it. As you exhale, reach through the thighs. Curl the pubic bone to navel, belly down. And then bend the left knee, inhale. Hold your breath. Curl the pubic bone to navel, drag thighs out. Pull the belly down. And then inhale, straighten your right leg. And then exhale, reach through both thighs. Right heel, pull the belly down. Bend the right knee, inhale. Hold the breath, curl the pubic bone to navel, exhale, drag thighs out. Inhale, straighten the left leg. Exhale, drag both thighs out, away from the hips, curl the pubic bone to navel. Bend the left knee, inhale. Hold the breath, curl the pubic bone to navel. Head relaxes into hands, and then inhale, right leg straightens. Exhale, reach through right heel. And then bend the right knee, lower your head, help your thighs together. If you guys have a block, you can use it for bridge any way. So you could take it in between the thighs, press yourself up for a couple breaths, and then move it under the sacrum. Or start with it under the sacrum, curling the pubic bone to navel, and pressing the hips up. Long back of the neck. You can play around with lowering the hips, recurling pubic bone to navel, and then pressing hips up again. Think about the feet. Which parts of the feet are not pressing as hard as others? And the next 3 breaths, use that part of the feet. Maybe left pinky, right inner leg line. Press your hips up higher for the next 2 breaths. And then inhale and lower upper, middle, low back. Just let your knees fall together. You can take your arms more in a T and sigh. And let's do one more set of abs. It's like one of the most valuable things we do in here is get the strong intrinsic core. So we're going to do the straight up elbow to knee where you take your leg at a diagonal. You can go straight up. So knees stacked above the hips. You can lower your feet a little bit. So you don't have to be 90. It can be a little less, 90 degrees. And then inhale and hold your breath. Press the low back down, lift head and shoulders, and then exhale, right leg reaches in front of you. Move towards your belly and pull it down. Bend your right knee, inhale. Hold the breath, press the low back down, exhale. Ooh, exhale, reach your left leg forward. Pull the belly down. And then bend the left knee, inhale. Hold the breath, press the low back down, bring elbows to the left, reach through right thigh. Pull the belly down. Bend the right knee, inhale. Hold the breath, press the low back down, elbows reach to the right and extend your left. One more each side. Bend the left knee, inhale. Press the low back down, exhale, elbows to the left. Reach through the right foot, toes, belly down. Right knee bends, inhale. Hold the breath, press the low back down, elbows to the right, reach through left. Pull the belly down. And then lower down, head down. And then roll onto your right side, press up to seated. And dolphin, our usual warm up, this intelligent sequencing so we get everything warm before we go into lunges. So if you like to do a dolphin prelude before your dolphin, always feel free to do that. Or you can come into a dolphin. So dolphin prelude, hips are back, elbows are down. Let your chest sink down. Imagine dragging the elbows towards your knees. Your forehead might even get a little massage. Rocking back and forth with your head. And if you want to do a dolphin, you can set it for that. So just check out your alignment. The elbows, you want them under the shoulders. If they're splayed out, then that's hard on the joints. So if you're not quite sure, you can take your right hand and reach for the left upper bicep. If you can grab it, that's good. So you'd set it back down. Take a look at your wrists. Mine tend to puff up, lift. So press down through the wrists, inner wrists, and then press down the forearms. The palms puff up your upper back and then curl the toes underneath. And lift the knees. It's a higher, shorter rather stance than a downward dog. So you're walking your feet closer to your head. But stay active through the palms. And lift it, so not sinking down, pressing the forearms down to lift the hips up. You can bend your knees, reach your booty up. And then feel a wrap of your shoulders. That might feel like squeezing elbows towards one another. Go for 3 more breaths. So I'm pressing my index finger down, my thumb down, and letting my neck go. And then you can sit back if that's comfortable. We're going to do some lunges. And just do one of those slow lunges each side. Coming just from cat and cow, and then we'll come up. So you can step your left foot forward and keep your hands down, dipping towards the front heel. And Penny, this would be one you could put your foot on a surface. We're just kind of warming up the hips. And then we'll do warrior ones. So dip in towards that front heel and then back up your hips. And then dip your hips forward. Curl your back toes underneath and come into a runner's lunge. And you could also stretch the soles of your feet, Penny, like that one where we slide the feet down the wall. So stacking your right heel above the balls of those right toes, you're getting the stretch along the sole of the foot. And then set that right knee down, back up your hips for a very gentle half split. So just back up your hips. And come on your left heel and kind of windshield wiper that left heel. And then switch sides, just taking your hands down, really easy switch. Hopefully that's not too challenging. And then dip in towards the front heel. Can you feel differences on your sides? Is it in your butt? Is it in your hip? Maybe even in your ribs? Back up your hips and then come forward again. Motion is lotion. If you've been sitting a lot like myself, it gets stiff. So we're kind of re-lubricating with movement. Curl your left toes underneath and come into a runner's lunge. And we're making this runner's lunge a stretch for the plantar fascia. So stacking the heel above the balls of the toes, you're stretching the sole of the foot. You can even think of reaching your left heel back, chest forward. And then lower the left knee down, back up your hips for half splits. Imagine dragging that heel towards you, and then windshield wiper your right toes. And hands come in front of you, right leg back, downward dog. So curl the toes, lift the hips. And look up at your hands, walk or stroll up to your hands. And then take your feet wider, bend your knees a lot so your belly can rest on the thighs. Most of you have a belly. So if you don't, then bend your knees a little bit more. And just shift the weight forward, shift the weight back. How does it feel to lift the toes? How about a little la, 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 yes, yes, no, no. A little sway. And then walk your hands to your shins and halfway lift. So reaching the ribs forward, hips back. And then exhale, bend the knees and fold. And then come up, either roll up or straight back. Pressing the feet down. Bring your arms up, reach up. And then exhale, hands to the chest. And then take the feet together. Let's see, what can we do here? Hands to your chest. And then inhale, swoop your arms up. And then pull your belly in and fold. And then step your left leg back, left knee down again for a lunge. You can take your arms up this time. Nice, Sarah. Walk your right foot a little forward, Sarah. And that gives you more room to dip. Nice, Penny, shoulders down a little. You can even have your hands wider, Penny. And then take your hands on that right thigh, both hands on the right thigh. Inhale. And then as you exhale, drag the thigh forward and curl your pubic bone to the navel. Nice, Helen. Hands on the thigh. And then back up your hips. Just play with that. So back up the hips, inhale. And then drag the thigh forward, curl pubic bone to navel. And then bring your arms back up. From the arms up, come into goalpost arms. And inhale, hold the breath. Take the shoulders straight up, straight back, and then pinch the shoulder blades together as you drag down. We don't often do that in a low lunge. How does it shift things? How does it change? You feel more, you feel your legs. Do another round. Reach your arms up again. Take your hands down, step your right foot back, high plank. High plank, look back at your feet, stack the heels above the balls of the toes again. And then lower your knees and reach your chest forward. So elbows are just still straight. And lower all the way down. Hands come out in front, low cobra. In your low cobra, think of stretching your abs. Lengthen and lower, press back, downward dog. And your right leg comes forward, left knee down. Right? You guys switch sides, left leg forward. Oops. Yes, Sarah, you were right. Do the opposite you just did. Press the back shin down. And take your hands on the left thigh. Just think about here. So as you engage your right butt cheek, how that opens the front of the right hip. So pinch your right butt cheek, like engage it. Press your hips a little forward. Then back at the hips, hands again on the left thigh. Inhale. As you exhale, drag the left thigh forward. See how that opens up the right hip. And take your arms up. And exhale into goalpost. You can do that, yeah, warrior one, Helen. Inhale. Hold your breath, nice there, shoulders up, back, and then pinch the shoulder blades together as you drag down. Another round, goalpost. Hold the breath, shoulders up, back, pinch the shoulder blades together as you drag down. Just come back up and sink in towards the front heel. Engage the left butt muscle. Take your hands down, right foot steps up, forward folds. And then inhale, bring your arms up. And exhale, come into chair. And take your hands on tops of the thighs, keeping the knees bent so you're in a chair. Inhale, and then exhale, curl the pubic bone to navel. The next one, we're going to do an Uddiyana. Inhale. Exhale, Uddiyana. So empty belly in and up. Releasing belly, then breath. Inhale, arms up, straighten the knees. Pull your belly in and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, downward dog. It'll be left leg forward, warrior one. Downward dog, left leg reaches straight back. And then lower your left shoulder, left foot so that your arms are like the same as if you were doing a regular downward dog, not a three-legged dog. And then inhale, step your left leg forward. Warrior one. Clasp your hands behind the head and the neck for brain cradle. So the name of the pose, brain cradle. You're making a cradle with your clasp and then letting your head, your brain rest in that. So how much can you let your eyes, your gaze, your head, your brain go, but stay strong in your feet and your stance? It's like a true warrior. Body ready, mind can relax. Inhale, bring your head up and your arms up. And then launch into standing splits. So you can shift your weight forward. Right leg straight back and up. Hop, 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 hop. Can you lift the toes on the left side? Left foot. Harvesting the quad garden, left hand reaches for the right foot, so bend the right knee. Release the foot, step the right foot back for pyramid, straighten the left. Rebend the left knee and come back up for warrior one. Take your hands on your hips, straighten that left knee like a pyramid. And just start to fold forward. Just to that first point, you can feel a muscle. And come back up. Rebend the left knee. Take your hands and clasp them behind you. You're reaching that grip down. Nice stretch to the sides of the neck. Really, these are the outer muscles. So these wrap over those scalenes. So the upper trap, the trapezius, it's kind of that one you pinch, pinch, pinch if you're massaging somebody's shoulder. And then like a shoulder shrug, squeeze the tips of the shoulders together and drag down. So we're gonna come into a twist with the right knee either lifted or up. You could also come into a twist from torso up penny or inhale. Start to fold forward. Left foot stays pressing down, fold forward, and then release your hands. Right hand comes down. So you can keep your feet in a warrior one, maybe widen your stance, left foot to the left, and then reach your left arm up. You could also lower the right knee. Nice. Where can your neck relax so the body is strong, the neck is not holding you up? Try looking down, right hand, I like a fist. And then set your left hand down. We're going to half moon now. So this is a standing pose series. Right heel in line with the right glute. You can take your right arm up. Use your breath to steady your mind. Some of you turn this into, actually all of us, let's turn this into a standing split. So you're lowering the right hip and then bend the right knee and set it down next to the left foot. And then inhale, come up. Exhale, hands to the chest. And then inhale back into chair. And shift the weight more in the heels so you can lift the toes even. And then take your hands on tops of the thighs. Kind of like we did before, you can curl the pubic bone to navel or just keep it released, Uddiyana. Release belly, then breath. Inhale, straighten the knees, arms up. And then exhale, pull your belly in and fold. Halfway lift, so reaching the ribs forward, hips back. And then step your left foot back. And then Sarah, let's do the downward dog. So downward dog, reach your right leg straight back and up. Right shoulder stays down like it's a regular dog. Reach your right leg back. And then step your right foot forward. Up, pressing right foot down. Arms up. And brain cradle. You can switch your clasp. So you're doing your non-habitual grip. Gaze up. Close your eyes. Let your head go into that cradle. Get a nice breath into the back of the neck, the back of the head. The brain, cerebellum there. Inhale and bring your head up slow, your arms up. Shift your weight into the right foot. Got sap all over me. And launch into standing splits. I thought this was a safe place. They have a jar of oil on the counter. That must be another side effect of living with that tree. So the left leg straight back and up. And then see about lifting those right toes. And then right hand reaches for the left foot. Harvesting the quad garden. Meaning using the energy in the quads and harvesting, taking that quad energy through your body. That powerhouse quad. And then release the left foot back. For that twist, right foot can walk more to the right. You can also lower the left knee down. Left hand comes down. Inhale, reach your right arm up. Look down at your right foot. Lift those toes. Reach your chest forward. And exhale, let your neck go. And then lower the right hand down. Prepare for half moon. The left heel is in line with the hip. Toes can turn down slightly. And then lower the hand, lower the foot. Come back up into warrior one, pressing the right foot down. Well, it's super glute. Straighten the right leg. You can have your hands on your hips. Bump the right hip back. And then start to fold. Just the first point you kind of feel the muscle working. And then come back up. And bump that right hip. So some of us here, we're going to come into a high plank. You can do a standing chest lift otherwise. You can take your arms up. And then hands down, right foot steps back. High plank. Reach back with your heels, lower the knees, lower the chest. As you lower, shoulders stay away from the ears. And then drag your ribs forward. And then lengthen and lower the ribs. So some of you are going to do this standing. Right hand reaches for the right foot. And you guys who are standing, you're just reaching for the back foot. Keep your knees as close as they would be if your legs were down. So try not to splay out your knees. Left hand comes out in front. Half floor bow. And then release that foot. We're just going to go right into the other side. The left hand reaches for the left foot. So keep the knees straight back, or if you're standing, straight down. Right hand comes out in front. Drag your ribs forward. Kick the foot back. Feel how this is opening the front of your body. Even stretching the front of your body. Release the left foot. Press back into downward dog. Wiggle out your hips, your tail. And then look up at your hands. You can hop once, walk the rest of the way. Hop twice, walk the rest of the way. And then inhale, halfway lift. Nice. Scoop your chest open forward. And then exhale, fold. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, hands to your chest. Just check in with your body, your energy. Is your mind wandering? Where are you right now? We're going to balance. So take the weight into your left foot. So now a dancer, maybe what you just did, grab a hold of your right foot, right hand, right foot, and let your right knee reach down. You can inhale the left arm up and just stay with the left arm up, or kick into your foot. Kick, 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 kick to bring the chest forward. Maybe don't go as deep as you've ever gone. Go for steadiness. Release that foot. Come into chair, inhale. Exhale, prayer twist. So knees are together, right elbow to the outside of the left thigh. Bottom hand to fist, top hand, wrap it around. Look down at your knees, have the knees in line with each other. So the twist is happening at the torso. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Come up, swoop up, arms up. Another side dancer. Put the weight in your right foot. Left hand. So to grab it, I have to let my knees come out, and then I let my knee come down before I do anything else, any kind of leaning forward. You can also take your right hand onto your left ribs. And inhale. Exhale, reach your left knee down as you drag your left ribs up. And inhale the right arm up. Exhale, curl the pubic bone and navel, reach left thigh down. You kick your foot into your hand to shift the weight forward. And not as deep as you ever have. Steadiness, slow and steady. Come back up, release your foot, come into chair, and then exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, walk back, downward dog. Warrior two, right leg forward. So right heel in line with the arch of the back foot or heel to heel. Left hand, start on your left hip. Inhale, reach your right arm just straight up. And then side bend to the left. Keep your torso to the left and then take your right arm and lower it like we did in the beginning, that neck stretch. You can go back a couple inches or down. Soften your gaze or close your eyes. Reach through the right fingertips. You can even bring your gaze up slightly. Inhale, bring your torso back up. Left hand can help the head up. Back into, just realized what we forgot before. Warrior two. Okay, take your hands down. So we're gonna do, it's called prelude to head to ankle. And you guys stay here, you can even straighten your right knee. Realize you can't see too well. So we're gonna fold to the left and right hand will be on your right inner thigh. So let's start by leaning onto the right thigh and then walk your hands to the left and keep your legs in that warrior two. You guys stay. I'm just gonna move this. Prelude to head to ankle. Sometimes I like to lower my back knee. So walk your hands to the center of the legs. And then right hand comes on the right inner thigh. So if you want to lower your knee, you lower your knee down. Still torso to the left. Drag the right thigh out. Release the right hand. Pivot to face the front of the mat for main coon. Head to ankle, just those of you who are curious. What's that? You actually hook your head under. But we're just gonna do Maine Coon. So walk your right foot to the right. And you can curl your left toes underneath as a runner's lunge. Or just stay with whatever's feeling here. Hey, buddy. Okay. Take your hands down. We're just going to switch sides. Even though a pigeon sounds good, we'll do that from the back. So right foot steps back, high plank. Lower the knees, lower the chest. Drag your ribs forward, hands out in front. Lengthen and lower. Hands down. Press back into downward dog. There's actually a cool house with an air conditioner. What am I doing outside? Okay, left leg straight back and up. And then left leg forward for warrior two. Check out your alignment, left heel, either to the arch or heel to heel. Take your right hand on your right hip and inhale the left arm up. And then side bend to the right. Keep the left knee bent. Torso stays leaning to the right, but take your left arm up. Lower it for that nice neck release. Find the place that has the most impact for your reach. Maybe left fingertips point down. Inhale, pull your torso up with the left hand. Right hand helps the head up. And then just rotate towards the left thigh and fold. You can lower your right knee down or walk both hands to the center. Left hand or left forearm can be on that left inner thigh. You're dragging the thigh out. So this is my tender side that I either use the forearm or I set the right knee down. Setting the right knee down, you walk to the right, left hand on left thigh. You can imagine, well, what would head to ankle be like? Rotate towards the front foot. Take your forehead to the calf. Or take your head behind the calf. And you guys are going to come into Maine Coon from here. Head to ankle, we would actually, just for the sake of somewhere in your brain, you'd be in a warrior one, shorter stance. And that little traction helps to get length on your left side. There's head to ankle. You guys are in Maine Coon. From head to ankle, there are all these other poses where you come into like a splits, where you clasp. They're called roadkill and then reincarnation. So you can curl the right toes underneath. Reach the right heel back. Chest forward. A couple of lions would help you to get out of your head. Just get check on you guys at the time. Inhale. Exhale out through your mouth. Then work your way back into a downward dog. Wiggle out your tail. And then we're just gonna go. I'm trying to imagine which one. Step your right foot forward, warrior one. Just throwing in that little thing. It doesn't matter that much. Clasp your hands behind your back. Pinch the tips of the shoulders together as you reach grip down. Only about 13 more minutes. Okay, and then start to fold over the right thigh. And then release your hands. Look at how gently easy rotate to the left through that one end. So now we're wide leg forward folding. Tabletop your spine. Reaching your hips back and your ribs forward. Nice, Sarah. And then Uddiyana here. Full belly in and up. Release. You can come up straight back or roll up. Press your feet down. If this ever hurts, tell me. You can imagine squeezing ankles together. So, come into a horse, toes out, heels in. And hands are on the tops of the thighs again, not on the knee. Your shoulders can hike up. And even hinge to the right, hinge to the left. Sink a little deeper. Curl the pubic bone and navel. And we're going to do a Uddiyana or Agni Sara. You guys stay. Agni Sara, you're pulling the belly in and up, and then you're releasing it, pulling it back in the same breath. So inhale. Exhale to empty. Pull belly in and up. Release it back, release it, all in one breath. Hands a little closer to the hips there, Sarah, just a little. Walk your hands. Yeah, then you can really traction. I'm sure that's harder. Do that again. Exhale to empty, pull the belly in and up. Agni Sara is the fire. It's like belly fire. That's pretty. Okay, straighten up your knees. You can turn your toes in, wide leg forward, fold again. Bend one knee, bend the other knee. And then come up, straight back or not. Straight back or rolling up. And then take your hands to your hips. You can walk your feet in a little bit. So now we're going to do a shorter horse. And you guys can watch. I'm just going to show you. I think half of you have seen Agni Sara and how pretty it looks. So I'm just on my knees now. You're exhaling to empty. You can do it fast or slow. Okay, so short horse, hands on tops of the thighs. Exhale to empty. Pull your belly in and up. Release it, pull it back, release it, let it flop. Back, back, back. With that one more time. Exhale to empty. Holding the air out, pull the belly back and up, release it, pull it back, release it, pull it back. Agni Sara. Straighten up your knees, just take your hands and breathe. Your hands can be to your chest. We can reach them up. And we're going to do one more thing back in a horse. That twisting horse I spoke of. Now in your twisting horse, you can do an Uddiyana or an Agnisara, thinking as you're leaning to the right, you're massaging stomach. As you're leaning to the right or left, you're massaging liver. So go as wide as you can. You can straighten up the left elbow, left shoulder points forward. And then exhale, Uddiyana or Agnisara. Exhale to empty, pull the belly in and up. Come up to straight, hands to your chest. And hands back to the tops of the thighs. Right shoulder reaches forward. Exhale to empty. Pull the belly in and up. And then come up. You can heel toe your feet together. You guys have a block, grab it, bring it in between your thighs and come into chair. Keep a hold of that block. Prayer twist to the right. If you don't like the block there, then you can grab it, drop it. Imagine a block, so inner thighs. Release your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, either pigeon or work your way back onto your back for figure 4. So pigeon, you would walk back to a downward dog, pick a leg, reach it back, and then set it forward. I'll see what you guys are up to. Okay. You could also do the sitting in a chair, crossing an ankle over a thigh. Leave you guys with your breath. You could also do standing pigeon. Where you grab a hold of your foot and then you'd let your knee kind of move out and down. And maybe you'd want to use a wall to show you. So standing pigeon, my right hip down. Stay there, make a breath like you're relaxing, you're calm. Inhale into the hips and exhale, sigh. Guys can switch sides. Maybe one side is a little tighter and you can do a pigeon another way. So you could even come onto your back and do figure 4 on one side. You can uncross your legs, Helen, before bringing them up. Or just make sure you're using your core to do that. Yeah. Nice, Penny. How about a sigh wherever you're at? Pigeon into that glute. Okay, and Penny, why don't you, since you're standing, reach your arms up and let's do it. Oh, nope, okay. I was gonna have you do another balance if you would like. You could do a tree, or you can just, so tree is a similar, right? That hip comes down. Nice. So Sarah, you can come onto your right hip and then swing your left leg around and come onto your back. And then choose your tighter side. You're gonna cross an ankle over your thigh, your tighter side. And as you move the heel up and down on the side that's not an ankle, right? So you're changing your sacrum and changing what you're stretching. So go for your tighter side. I didn't do that. And you can do the other side, Penny. Yeah, so as you move that right heel higher from the boot or lower, you're changing what you're stretching. Then Helen, I'm pretty sure you've done it already. We're just gonna do a little recline sequence. You can release both legs straight up. And then grab a hold of your right knee and extend your left leg all the way forward and down. And here, imagine, or I have something there, you're pressing the left heel into a surface, right knee, right armpit. And then let your right knee cross over your body to the left. Oops, I got all kinds of things in the way. Now, right, take your right arm, Sarah, and reach it straight up towards that closet. Nice. And then let your knee come all the way down. So you're like lifting. And then take your left hand, Sarah, on the left hip crease. Yeah. Go up again. Inhale. And then just gently push it into that little hip crease there. Curl your pubic bone to navel. Reach your right arm up. You can even take your left hands and bring them on your right ribs and feel how your breath moves your ribs. That life force is breath. Roll onto your back, gently switching the sides. Left knee in, extend your right. And imagine pressing the right heel into something. So the knee can move towards the armpit and then press the heel forward. Why don't you, Helen, take your right hand to the top of your right thigh and just kind of work it forward and down. It's good, Sarah. Nice toes. And then let your leg cross over your body. And there's kind of two. So you can have your arm out to the side like a T and not let the knee come down. That's more of chest, or reach it straight up. You could also use block under your foot, Sarah. Take the block under the, push it. There you go. And then take your right hand on the hip crease. You're staying really long in the torso. As you exhale, curl your pubic bone to navel and reach that right arm towards the closet. And sigh. All right, you guys, we did it again. Roll onto your back. This is now the end of class. You can squeeze your knees in towards your chest. So we did lots of twists and hips, or sort of torso rotation and hips. So maybe it might feel good to bring a block in between your thighs and just squeeze them together. So you can grab the block if you have it, squeeze it in between the thighs and take your hands on tops of the thighs again. And just do a little traction, squeezing the thighs on that block. Take your hands on tops of the thighs, Helen. Yeah. Long neck. And if there's anything else you want to do, you could do that or just move that, grab your roll there, bring it under your knees, or rotate your whole body for legs up the wall. Nice to see what you guys choose. So I'm not sure if you heard, Penny, I'm doing a live class Wednesday or Monday at noon. I don't see you, but I imagine you're there. Monday at noon at, yes, Christian Spot. So it's upstairs on State Street. I can let you know more, but Monday at noon. Yeah, and take your arms out, kind of flop out like a dog, you know? It's like they breathe, and then they make those sighs, and you can see them kind of sink and settle in more. It's when they're shutting off their sirens, their warnings, and relaxed. Also, I like legs up the wall when your legs feel weird to slide them down. You don't need to do it now, but like your crisscross applesauce on the wall. That's another nice one. Where like we began with the soles of your feet together. And just see how that. So after a breath or two, minute or two, just leave you guys in silence. You can take your time. Take your shoulders a little away from your neck, Helen. Mm-hmm. And that which is sacred in me honors that which is sacred in each of you. Namaste. Try and stay until you stop thinking about, should I get up yet? You guys can hear sounds either through the speaker here, there's birds, or through your own windows. It's kind of like the wild world existing. It doesn't matter to them. The white butterflies going by, the yellow jackets on the cat food. You guys just take your time. I'll be here whenever.